Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Sharon from Blessed to Craft Designs, and I'm here to show you that really cute bumblebee wreath that I made that you saw when you first clicked onto my page. It's really cute, it's really simple. It's a technique that we have used before, but the good thing about it is that this wreath is a little bit smaller than the normal ones that I've made, so you shouldn't need a lot of materials for this. So I'm going to show you what I have so far because I really want to kind of make this a short video. This is and excuse my nails, y'all. Y'all know how I am about my fingernails, but this is a 12-inch. I'm trying to get it close enough to where you can see if it'll focus. Okay, it may not. There it is. Okay, this is a 12-inch work frame, and I got this from unfortunately, I had to get this from Hobby Lobby. I can't find these in the dollar store anymore, but I think this is the same size that you can buy in the dollar store, okay? So I have that. I'm going to be working with really about 3.5. I have the yellow and the black in just the basic mesh. And this one is just the brown. These are the three I'm going to work with the most. Every now and then I will probably add just a little bit of white in there for contrast color. And then here is these wood pile. I got this from Hobby Lobby. And you can kind of wait if you can get some of this stuff on sale. But this is some really cute little, there's the bees. There's what it is right there. 4 of those. I just had to bite the bullet and buy a bunch of Chenille pipe cleaners because I use them so much. I don't remember how much this was, probably $6.99 or $7.99. You can grab a ruler if you like. I also have these wood pile. This is the oval plaque. The 5x7, but you can get any size, and this was cheaper. It was $2.99 just to get the 2 versus the single one. I'm not quite sure about that. And then I just got various stems, little tulips, and I believe I got these from Michael's, and Michael's had these 50% or 50 or 40% off. I'm not sure. Okay, so one of the first things you want to do is go ahead and start cutting your mesh. And you just cut these just like we've done before. This is going to be the loop method that I make. Okay, and you've seen me do that before. I'll cut a few just in case there's somebody here on my channel today that's never been before. And I'll show you how I do these. Okay. And I apologize again, I'm still using my phone to make these videos, so hopefully I'll have enough juice on here to do that. Okay, so when I get ready to cut mine, I go ahead and lay all of them out. If I'm making 4 different colors, 3 different colors, it doesn't matter. I lay all of them out together at the same time. This will save you a little bit of time, okay? So you're not sitting there trying to cut one and then go back and cut the other one. Now I'm not gonna cut this white one yet because like I say, I'm only gonna use a few of these. I think I just kind of have to see how that goes, okay? I'll decide on that as I go along. Now if you're someone, people ask about the size, and there's 10 inches right there. I try to stay less than 10 inches. I try not to cut the whole thing. That's the whole 12. I try not to cut. I try to come here. Sometimes I've even done maybe even a 9. Just keep in mind that the longer you cut these, the more mesh you're going to use, okay? So that right there, I hope if I cut that right. Well, I didn't. That's a little bit about 9. Let me do a 10 for you so you can see. It's kind of hard to do this. I don't normally measure these anyway. I just kind of cut, and it's a little off. And that one's a little bit more, but you kind of get the idea. I just see how it starts to curl on its own a little bit. That's what I look for, because you're gonna have to roll these up anyway. So let's move that out of our way. And I'm just gonna do a few more of these. See, I just kind of let it fall on its own. And then I cut. And that's what I do. I'm not quite sure if I'm even gonna need the whole roll. Normally, if I use the big one, the 16-inch work frame, or the frames right here, if I use the 16 inches, then I will need all of these. Sometimes I even need more. That's why I've learned to kind of cut them a little bit shorter. That way I can have more loops. Longer, remember, the longer you make your loops, the more mesh you're going to need. And listen, you don't have to go to Hobby Lobby to buy this mesh. You can very well just go right there to the dollar store and get whatever colors they have. I mean, now it's coming up to spring and summer, so you can get the really pretty spring color meshes right now. And you do it the exact same way, or if you want to do it the bubble method, you can do that. But you just keep cutting these, and I'm going to cut a few more. Okay, I'm going to stop the video while I do this and then come back. Okay, I'm back and I've cut everything out. Now, this video will probably have to be done over the course of a couple of days because of the sign that I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get these ready. These pipe cleaners right here. Okay, I'm going to sit these to the side, but I'm going to show you this sign that I'm working on, and I just have a piece of poster board here because this has to be painted, and you have to put the letters on here. Okay, I don't think I want that one. I think I'll use that one instead. And all I use is acrylic paint. There it is right there, the folk art. And this is, I don't know where the name is. Oh, well, right there. Daybreak. Can you see that? My camera doesn't want to focus. There it is, Daybreak. I probably should have gotten it a little bit more yellow, but I think it's okay. This is the same one that I did for another one. And this is just a regular old paintbrush that came in a kit, and I put 2 coats of this paint on. That's why I said it will take probably a day or so, at least, in order to let this dry all of the way. And then I do paint the back of it also. I don't paint just the front, just in case somebody wants to use the sign to take the wreath off, and some people use the signs and put them somewhere else around the house or the door. They can do that. Okay, so I just paint all around here. And then once this dries, then I will put another coat on top, and I'll make sure it completely dries really good. And then I'll come back and I'll turn it over and I'll do the back. And the reason why I'm doing this is because of the little sign. It will say beekeeper on here, and then one of those cute little bees that I showed you that was in the package, I will just hot glue one of those on here, okay? So you can make your own sign if you can't find one. I'll try to show you the other picture. There was one that I made that said Be Blessed, B-E-E, Blessed, and it was the same concept. That's actually where another person got the idea to do one for a beekeeper for her mother. So that is all done, okay? So I'm going to sit this over to the side and let it start to dry. And then I'm going to come back over here and show you all how to put this wreath together. It's a technique we've used before. I used it the last time. It's kind of new for me. The loop method is not new for me, but just attaching it to a wire frame that doesn't have the tinsel already on here, that part is a little new for me, but I kind of like this this technique. So what you do, just take your roll, I got tape all over me. Just take each one of your mesh and roll it up. Okay. If you need to sit it down on the table and roll it up that way, you can. But just so you can see, I'm trying to hold it up for you. Okay, this is what I call a group. Whatever I usually, there's 3 normally in a group. And so I will do 6 total, 2 black, 2 brown, 2 yellow. I may not do another brown. I may do a white because, like I said, I want to kind of incorporate some white in there. Not too much, just a little bit every now and then. I'll just do all 3 of these like normal right now. And then maybe the next one I'll put just a little bit of white in there. Okay, and there's that. And I just realized I forgot to do something, which is okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and twist this up a little bit, and I've got to find the ribbon. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I missed one critical point of this, is I forgot to cut my ribbon. And with this one, you're gonna put everything together. Unlike if you have, if you are using the frame that has the tinsel already on here, you can go back and do this part. But this one, you actually put everything down. So I've already cut my ribbon. I went back and did that. And then you put everything together like this. And I always try to use, you know, all kinds of different colors, different patterns, different sizes, the 2.5, and then the 1.5. So I'll try to use a little bit of everything, but you could very well use all of the same size. It's completely up to you. Okay, so there is one part right here. Okay, and I'll do another one of those since I had to kind of cut it out. Or I had to stop in the middle of that. But you just roll this, roll each group, and this time I probably will go ahead and just include a white one in there. Now you can include a white one as number 7, or if you want to, you can use the white one in place of one of the other colors. It's completely up to you. I'll do it both ways just so you can see it. So I just added 1. So instead of having 6 loops, you now have 7. Okay, so you got the 3, the 2 brown, the 2 black, the 2 yellow, and you've also incorporated a white one in there. Okay, and you kind of have to hold this, you know, like that in your hand, but there it is. Okay, and let's put ribbons together. And I really like this yellow. And let's put a solid one in with this one. Okay, so your ribbon, however you want to use it, it's up to you. Okay, I just try to get it in the middle. It works a little bit better if you can fan it together. I'm trying to hold this and my mesh is just grabbing hold of everything. But if you kind of hold this in the middle like that, that's a good point for you to put it down in between your hands. Then you just take your pipe cleaner, your Chenille stem, and you can half it down the middle. Okay, run it through so it lays flat on there. Bring it all the way to the back. Okay, And then now you gotta pull it a little taut and then twist it. And you can actually just kind of hold this. You can twist it like this with your hand, or you can hold on to this and twist the little bunch that you have here. And you're gonna straighten all of this out, so don't worry too much about how it looks right now. But what you'll do is take this, and you're going to put this on. You have 4 parts right here. You just open this out. I don't cut these in half. That's just personal preference. But if you want to try to cut them in half, you can. But I like using the whole chenille stem. And you take it in between the outer ones. So this one right here, and my nails look awful, and right here. Okay, I take it in between there, pull it in the back, okay, and I do try to get it in the middle. Sometimes it does not always work that way, but then twist this really tight, and you're going to give it several good twists. Now you can go ahead and clip these off, okay. You're going to push this up, by the way. Once you put these on there, you're going to push that all the way up, and then when you put another one. Now you can clip those off. I don't really like to do that. I don't know. I'm kind of a little worrywart, and I'm always nervous that things might come off later, especially when I give it to somebody. So I am all about security and making sure that these things don't come off. So I just flip them around there. I twist them around the outside of the frame and twist it a little bit more together, and then I will cut these down, and then you know, just kind of push those edges in, because you don't want anybody to get hurt on that. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Okay, get your ends right here. You're going to take this, put it through that one, if it will go in, then that one. Okay, it's kind of hard to show you this, but I want to make sure I'm getting it close up where you can see it. And then twist this around really taut. Okay, give it lots of good twists. Okay, and then you're going to push this up. All right, and there we go. All right, and it will start to form. It'll look a whole lot better. I'm probably going to have to cut down some of my ribbon. That's a little bit too long. But let's do one more just so that you can see. I think the last time I put about no more than 4 on each section, because it gets to be really big really fast. But if you want to try to push maybe 5 of them on there, you could do that. But remember, this frame that I'm using, it's a smaller frame than what I normally do. So, you know, I don't want it to be too much. Okay, so I'm going to show you this last one. And just roll these up. And we'll grab some ribbon. Grab our ribbon, and this black and white stripe one has not been chevroned yet, but I can do that when I put it on there, so that's okay. All right. So put that down, take your chenille stem, go ahead and fold it in half. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. All right, put that over, like that. Go to the back and make sure you're kind of pulling this. And begin to twist the Chenille stem so it's tight on there. Okay, then you take this, go up through that one frame, that part of the frame, pull your mesh bundle together and pull it up, twist it around, okay, and then when you're done, you push it up. Okay, so there it is right there. That's why I said this one's a little long. I know I'm gonna have to cut that off. I don't like that. But you kind of see from here already how that's going to look. It's going to be very cute. And putting that little that sign on there is just going to set the whole thing off. Okay, so I'm going to cut these down a little bit because they're sticking out a little too far for me. I usually cut my ribbon about 8 inches. I'll cut those down a little bit too, just a smidgen. I want to be able to see the ribbon, of course, but I don't want it to overpower the Deco mesh. Okay. So I'm going to go finish the rest of this, and you go finish the rest of yours, because I'm sure you're doing this while I'm showing it to you. And then we will come back in just a few minutes. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and as you can see, I've put all of my ribbon and my mesh and everything on my wreath, and I told you how big it gets. You see, even though we work with a smaller frame, it's still pretty big. All right, so I finished my block. Remember, this started off like this, okay, and all I did was take my acrylic paint. I painted the front about 2 or 3 times, and then the back I just did it once. Now, if you're really creative or you're good with woodworking and everything, you can drill some holes and put some really thick yarn or cord or something like that to make a nice little something, you know, for it to hang off of. Or you could even use ribbon, attach the ribbon to the back. That might be cute. But what I like to do is I just hot glue the back. But before I do that, I have a Cricut machine, and this is how I put the words on there. I just cut this out. I kind of messed up and I had to do my V over. And I just get my transfer tape, and that is how I attach this to my wood, my sign. Okay. You probably can buy this already done. That would be really cute, but I didn't even bother to, you know, to try to find anything like that. I just decided to make my own. Okay, so just peel it off. This is Oracle 651. Okay, and I've got to kind of set this down somewhere so I can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to put it to where you can see also. I don't want it so far away where I can't get it on there. And I want to make it straight. Okay. And press it down. And I did not bring my my little credit card thing that I use. Okay, there's the keeper right there, and do the same thing with the B. Just press it down really good. Let me see if I can. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna push this down so you can see a little bit better. There we go. All right, and this font is a little bit fancier. Okay, and I do want the words to kind of be a little slanted. Got really quiet because I had to concentrate. All right, so beekeeper, there we go. And then you will need your hot glue gun. So then you just decide which one of these little bees you want to put on there. Okay, you can do that one. I think I kind of like this one. Okay, and just take a little bit of your glue, hot glue. All right, and then just stick this on there. And just hold it down for a few minutes or a few seconds just to make sure it holds. Okay, so there you have your cute little sign. And like I said, this is the yellow that I bought. I probably could have, or I should have gotten a brighter yellow, but I still think it's okay. It still makes for a cute sign. Okay, and then on the back, what you will need, I just use hot glue and my Chenille stems again, and I'll try to use 2, okay, and then I will put them down like that. Try to half it and put it down in the middle, and then I just kind of hot glue them down. Takes a little while to do this, but to me it's an inexpensive and kind of creative way to make your own sign. Okay, and I glue that down really good, and I hold it and just make sure it stays there for a little bit. Okay, and if you remember, this is the exact same way. If you didn't watch my video, the one that I did with the tiger head, that one with the burlap, this is kind of the same way. So you can do this. You just have to make sure you use enough hot glue to really hold this down and let it sit. Okay, so I'm not going to actually put this down on my wreath just yet, because I want to make sure this hot glue and these Chenille stems, that they really sit. So I'm going to sit this over to the side. Okay, and I want my sign is going to be on the side over here. I already kind of decided I wanted it over here on the side. And my bow will go right underneath that. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and put some of my little flowers down. Okay, so since my sign will be on this side, I want my flowers kind of strategically throughout the whole wreath on this side. Sign over here, right there. Ribbon will be here. Yeah, the bow will be here. So I'm going to just put some flowers around. And right now I'm just trying to decide where I want them. And I want them to stick out. If you want to take the greenery off of there, you can, but I don't want to do that. So all I did was I just kind of bended. I just kind of bended my greenery right there. And actually you can take this part of your Chenille stem and you can, it has dual purpose. You can wrap this around there. And you'll have to do it in multiple places, okay? Because you don't want these flowers to come up later on. So you're gonna wrap that around. Takes a little bit of work, but you can get it. And wrap this around, and then you'll twist that. Okay, and then if you don't have a Chenille stem right here, just take another one And for this, you could probably half it. You need a whole one. And I'm going to cover that up, so. All right, so then let's just twist it really good. Make sure it's taut, and you can do it more than once. And I'll probably use the other half at the very bottom of this, or you could just go ahead and snip it off. And I can wrap this around. Okay, and there was the other half of this. These bend really easily, so I'm just going to attach that. And now you could always, I think on one of the other ones I did, I actually just cut off most of the excess greenery, the stems and everything like that. You can definitely do that. I just decided to leave it whole, because I think on the last one I actually cut them and I combined them together, but I actually like the way that they are now. Okay, so you see how that is? That's really cute. And see, these bend really easy. Let's see. If you would like to maybe even put these together, I mean, you could do a little bunch like that and put it down there. I might take a couple of these since I only have one yellow. I know I'm not working with the right scissors. This is why I have to buy scissors so much. So you just cut these. Use floral wire cutters. Makes it a lot easier, but this is what I have. So I have some other shears that I could use besides these, but I'm being lazy, so let's take a couple of the white. Well, take a couple of the yellow. We can put those together. Okay, that's really pretty, like that. And I can even, no, I don't want to put that together. All right, so if I'm going to do it like this, what I can do now, you can get some, I do have some floral tape that you can use to kind of put these together. But I found that this is kind of a neat little trick you can do. Is if you just wrap one of your Chenille stems around. Okay, and then you have to go all the way down to your frame. All right, so that's gonna stick up right there. And let me push the Chenille stem down. All right, and then we just wrap this around the frame. And I kind of make it taut, so I know again it's not gonna come loose. I love Chenille stems, so versatile. Okay, and this happens, so just be very careful with your flowers. And then how about we put these there? Okay. So let me find my frame. I kind of like the middle versus the end. Okay, so let's stick that straight down through there. Okay, we can bend it. We can take the ones that are already here and twist that. This is a little time consuming, but just to make sure that I have it down right. Some people will hot glue their flowers in, which that's okay too. I just like to attach mine this way. All right, and so we can use this Chenille stem right here and twist that. All right, there we go. Okay, so then we have these flowers in, and we'll fluff that up a little bit. So now let's go to our sign. Okay, and it is now attached. You see it's turned white and it's attached. So I want to situate that right about there. So I fold it, find your frame, okay, and then you have to stick this down. Takes a little bit to get behind all of this mesh, so you really have to kind of work to get it. But I want to make sure that these Chenille stems actually go all the way down to the frame, and I try to use the two middle ones. So you know, we did half of on the half the Chenille stem, so I went to this kind of the one closest to the outer ring, and I'm going to attach that here. And I'm not securing it not too much because I want to see how much is going to be sticking out in the front. Okay, and these were the other two, so I'm going to take it there and then here, and then twist this around just a little bit so I can come back over and really get a look at my, I want to see how it looks, see if I need to push it down more, if I need to pull it out more. So I do think I'm gonna secure it a little bit more, especially this one that's on the outside. And all you do is you pull it, just pull it towards you. Okay, I'll pull it towards the back. See, if I let it go a little bit, I can pull it out, or if I pull it down, secures it a little bit more. Okay. And don't worry about all this stuff on the back. Remember, we're going to cut all of these in the end. You won't be able to see them. All right, I want to make sure I got that front part and pull it down towards me again. All right, and then twist it in the back to secure it once you have it the way you want. All right, and you're gonna have to kind of fluff these out because they'll be behind there, and you can move all that if you want to. All right, and last but not least is our bow. And I might loosen that up a little bit. Just a smidgen. I think it's a little bit too taut. Good thing about this is that you can change it. Remember I told you it's forgiving. It's the one thing that is forgiving. Okay? And there you go. The only thing is when you loosen it up, it moves around. So then this is our bow. This is not long enough, quite long enough for me, so I just snip another one in half and twist it on here, and that will give me a little bit more length on that side. Okay. All right, and I want my bow to go directly underneath my sign. So just like before, you got to find your frame. You got to take this all the way through all of that mesh, all the Deco mesh, okay? So go all the way down to the frame. You got to turn it over on the bottom and pull this through. Once again, you kind of pull it towards you, pull it towards the back to see just how tight you need to make it. And then from this point, we just start filling everything out. And it's gonna be, I'm gonna show you in just a minute. It's gonna be on the side. I have not chevron or dovetail done my tails yet. So I'll do that in the end. And this is a 1, 2, 3, it's really, well, I guess you can say a 3 ribbon or maybe even a 4 ribbon. You know, this stuff right here, I kind of intertwined some of this inside of this bow. But you know, I'll have to work this. Yeah, I told you I put this up on the door. I hang it up and then I kind of play with it for a little while. There's too much of this tag sticking out. Okay, so I have to play with it for a while and then get it to look exactly the way that I want it to look. It comes, you just have to play with it. But as you can see, I mean, I have more flowers. I can put a little bit more flowers. All you have to do if you have something like this is just take this. You can always use whatever you have. You don't have to throw it away. Okay? And I could even stick that. I wouldn't hot glue that because most of the time, whenever I've done that, it melts this. But you can do that and then you can stick that, you know, somewhere else if you like, in the bow or something like that. So there's a wreath. I'll show you another picture of it hanging up, finished. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them below. I try to make this a short video, but again, when I make them short, I don't know. I feel like I'm leaving something out. So I know that's one of the things that most people talk about. Yeah, your video's too long. Well, I'm trying to make sure I put everything in there. Please like the video, subscribe if you have not already done so. Check out my Facebook page, Bless the Craft Designs. You can come on. I have a wreath group for people who love wreaths. If you make them, if you're new, if you want to learn how to make them, I'm just trying to get a group together. We've got about 30 some plus members right now. So if making wreaths is your thing, then you need to come to that group. It's called Wreath Designers Network. We're networking with each other, giving each other tips, tutorials, what we've used, where we get the best prices on all of our supplies and everything. So please head over to either one of those pages on Facebook and join it, okay? like the video, subscribe, come see me. Thank you. Most of all, be blessed.